And now to our midterm assessment series, the federal government has attributed the recent drop in Nigeria's inflation rate to a series of innovations and reforms across key sectors, especially agriculture, infrastructure and financial policy. Our correspondent Abimbola Gbebeye reports why that's the case.
Nigeria's annual inflation rate dropped to 23.71% in April 2025, down from 24.23% in March, according to the latest report by the National Bureau of Statistics. Food inflation, the largest component of the inflation index, also eased to 23.51% in February 2025, a notable decline from the 37.92% recorded in February 2024. Another dip came in March 2025, with inflation falling from 21.79% to 21.26%, driven mainly by price drops in staples like maize, wheat and yam. Core inflation, which excludes volatile food and energy prices, stood at 23.39%, down from 24.43% in March. On a monthly basis, consumer prices rose by 1.86%, compared to 3.90% in the previous month. But in spite of these statistics, the situation on the ground in Lagos, Nigeria's commercial hub, paints a different picture. Transportation costs are relative, with commuters feeling the pinch as fares continue to climb.
I think before was more better than now. But I think we just know how to just vibe and we just know how to just fix ourselves now. Like, we don't care. If they say the 1,000 naira, we are entering the bus like that. If they say the 1,500, we are entering the bus like that. So we don't care. We are just going the way we are being pushed.
Amid shrinking salaries, rising rents and spiraling food prices, 70-year-old Olashupo Adebisi, a landlady in Ketu, shared a different perspective. Despite mounting pressure from our local landlords association to raise rent, she has held firm and made her an enemy to other house owners within our neighborhood. She described the high cost of living in Nigeria as a self-inflicted pain by some Nigerians and not the government.
We are the person doing ourselves. Not all the things happen is for government. It's not good enough because you have built this house. The time you buy cement for 20 naira, 30 naira, 100 naira, but now you will increase, it's too much.
Real estate investor Kazeem Adelani welcomes the drop in inflation but says more can be done in price control. He blames the rising cost of living on greed on the part of some Nigerians, extorting others.
We Nigerians, whatever we are selling or we are doing, that we have increased the price, we would never bring it down. That is an individual selfishness. If we have a market control body that government is using and they are effective, they should go to the manufacturing company of where they manufacture iron, go to several places where the manufacturer will use cement and all of that. Get the market control and monitor the suppliers, because most times what they are getting from the company, it's lower than what they are selling out.
Across major food markets like Mile 12, consumer experiences remain mixed and an unpredictable pricing landscape. According to Mr. Gidado, a market executive, some food prices have in fact dropped.
Most of the commodities right now in the market, the price have dropped. People are coming in number, people are coming in bunch to buy a market without thinking or without fearing of the high cost of the price into the market compared to the last year of the price. Insecurity has dropped drastically than where he is inherits the government now. So farmers, as I'm talking to you now, farmers are able to go to the farm and do farming.
April 2025 marks the first significant drop in inflation since the rebasing of Nigeria's Consumer Price Index (CPI). For economists, that's a step forward. But for many ordinary Nigerians, the numbers only matter if they translate to cheaper prices for everyday needs. In spite of the drop in inflation rate, economists argue that reduction in inflation does not necessarily mean a decline in prices, but a slowdown in the rates at which the general price level is rising.
A drop in inflation in economics does not mean a drop in price. What it does mean is a drop in the rate of increase in prices. Because a lot of people confuse these things. When they hear a drop in inflation, they are expecting that prices must have dropped. That is not the case. When prices are dropping, we call it disinflation. That is what it's called. But for as long as it's inflation, it means that prices are still rising. So it's still a major issue, no matter how we look at it. It's a major issue for the citizens and a major issue for even businesses.
It's over time that we would see cost of living come down, but that cost of living coming down would be dependent on a lot of factors that is beyond drop in inflation. And one of those factors is, what are we doing locally? What are we producing locally? And that means we have to buy Nigeria, eat Nigeria, do Nigeria.
Transportation costs, exchange rates, energy prices, interest rates, and security concerns are major factors identified as key drivers of inflation in the month of April 2025, straining the household budget and business operations. While economists hope for a more sustainable moderation in inflation rates, Nigerians are calling for a reduction in not only food prices but also the cost of living. Abimbola Agbibi, TVC News, Lagos.
As Nigeria marks 2 years under President